I've been selling on Amazon since the end of 2014. I wasn't the first Amazon seller, Brazilian Amazon seller, but I was the first Brazilian to teach other Brazilians on how to sell on Amazon. So I'm losing money, but I could be making much more if I dedicate those 12 hours instead of dedicate to the hotel, dedicate to Amazon. Best time to start on Amazon is now. It's not a race, just like I said, it's a marathon, and you're just racing against you.
Welcome back to our channel. Today we have the honor to interview Gustavo, who started selling on Amazon as a part-timer 9 years ago. 6 months later, he switched to a full-time seller, and just 6 months after, he started promoting how to sell on Amazon for the Portuguese audience, and he created content for everybody that wanted to sell on Amazon that speak Portuguese. So Gustavo, welcome to our channel.
Hi Fidel, thank you so much. It's a pleasure being here with you guys tonight. Thanks for the invitation. As you said, I've been selling on Amazon since the end of 2014. So it's been a journey.
Yeah, it was 9 years already.
It's been 9 years. So I wasn't the first Amazon seller, Brazilian Amazon seller, but I was the first Brazilian to teach other Brazilians on how to sell on Amazon. So I created my training by the end of 2015 when I was away like a full-time Amazon seller. So I started at the end of 2014 as a part-time doing retail arbitrage on the weekends. So I used to work like a full-time in a hotel downtown Boston, and I only had the weekends to do the arbitrage business. So I remember taking my wife and my daughters and drive all day store to store, like Saturday and Sunday. Wow. That's the only thing we used to do, like drive store to store. But I mean, really quick, I was able to match the same, the income I was doing on the weekend with Amazon. I was able to match like a really quick with the income I was doing for the hotel, and that's when I turned the key and I started doing full time. So
yeah, it has been a very unique experience, right? Like very busy at the beginning, but what is very interesting is like 1 year later you were already an full-time Amazon seller. So what are those things that help you, or like you mentioned that before it was you were working and then you had to go to the store, but what happens during that time that you decided to move to be a full-time Amazon seller?
I became full time with 6 months. So in 6 months of selling on Amazon, I became full time. That's when I turned the key and said, you know what? Now, if I go to the hotel, I'm losing money, but I could be making much more if I dedicate those 12 hours instead of dedicate to the hotel, dedicate to Amazon. So like in 6 months, I realized it's not an easy decision. It's not an easy decision when you have like a stable job to change it to be like an entrepreneur and start working for yourself, especially like online, like back in 2014, you tell someone that you sell on Amazon, so they think you don't do anything, you just stay on front of the computer and you don't make money.
Exactly.
So but I think what helped me to escalate that quick was that I spent so much time studying because that's something that I love to do. So it's not work for me. It's a pleasure. It's a hobby. I stay in front of the computer, like researching products, managing my store, talking with my VA, suppliers, network. I mean, I can do that like 24/7. So it's a pleasure for me. And it's been a pleasure since the beginning. So I dedicate so much time studying, and that I think that's why it make me learn. I mean, so much too quick. I mean, quick, and then make me like turn the key really fast.
Yeah, it's like the resources that the time that you invest it was worth it, like how it changed the whole situation from just starting and then 6 months later being a full-time Amazon seller, and a year later being providing services to potential Amazon sellers. So during this time, and since 20 you said a year later you started teaching how to sell on Amazon.
Yeah.
So from then to now, how has been that experience of teaching and selling on Amazon?
It's funny to say that because I decided to teach other Brazilians at the beginning because just to actually help them, because I've been in the United States since 2001. So it's been like 22 years living in the United States, and I've done all kind of jobs that any immigrant do. Delivering pizza, newspaper, everything. And then like 15 years later, I was going to like a Facebook groups, and I realized people still doing that, still like working really hard to make a living. I said, I mean, we
Exactly.
don't need to do that anymore. I remember one day I was walking my dog on the streets, and then it was like 8:30 in the morning, and I was already made, I don't know, $200 profit from me. I was like,
From
took
Amazon.
me back, like in 2001, 2002, when I had to work 10, 12 hours,
To
not
get
even
the
to make
money.
sometimes $100. Said, you know what, I'm gonna see if I can teach those guys that there's an option there. You don't need to come to the United States
Exactly.
to work in construction. You can have a online business and make just as much or even more than that.
And stay with your family.
Stay with your family. Yeah. And then I remember my mommy was here visiting from Brazil. I remember I came with my dog, and I was like, no, I was thinking about maybe just teach like the Brazilian community on how to sell on
Yes.
Amazon. It's like, oh, yeah, it's a good idea. And then so I went to like a Facebook group, started to advertise. And
Uh-huh.
I remember it was like my first class was a live class. I had no idea how to do a training, nothing, zero, zero.
The
So our
zero
first
idea.
class was like a live class, and I had like a five people,
Yeah.
and I was like shaking. I was like so nervous. I don't know what to do. And so we finished the class on that night. Everybody sending me a lot of feedback that they love it. So next week was like 15 people, and then 30, and then 50, and then I was contacted by a guy in
Uh-huh.
Brazil. So can I do that in Brazil? So well, I mean, you can try. If you can't sell, I give you the money back. And then he starts selling in Brazil, and then
Uh-huh.
turn out to be like, quick. And then other people start to contact me and say, you know what, you have a unique training. So can I help
Yes.
you to promote? And then, I mean, fast forward now, I have all the trainings that I have offered already. I have over 7,000 members.
Wow, you see it like how how
Yeah.
did develops, not from being like on Facebook. And now that's the thing that I think most of has been considering, like the resources that are available. As you said, like working like especially in the US or any other country around the world, Latin America, for example, to make a few dollars, it takes a lot. Now, if you have the right trainings, the right resources, or you do
So
the right research, then you can change that and make more money and in an easier way. In this case, like we have the options of Amazon.
exactly. And nowadays, I mean, you have much more resource than we had back in the days, like back in 2014. I mean,
Yeah, that time
we didn't have those resources. So I was telling, I
exactly.
just had a call today with the members of my training. And I was doing live, we're like searching product live with them. And then we found like 4 products, like right there. I mean, live. I
Uh-huh.
said, that's how easy it is to find products nowadays. I mean, if you have the right resource and if you have the right knowledge. So
Exactly. It's very easy once you get those two important things like resources and the knowledge that it needs, to develop your business on Amazon. And that's one thing that we always mention to our communities is like at the beginning, you gotta put the effort in terms of
of
learning
course.
and reaching out to those people that are that expert or they have been in the market for many years, as in this case you, right? That they know how they can guide you where you can find the right products, how to do it, and also to use different tools. Now, along these years, what are some of the things that you will recommend for any Amazon seller or those ones that are trying to sell on Amazon that they should follow or they at least should consider before or during the process of selling on Amazon? Are there anything that you would like to mention about it?
That is a lot, actually.
At
Amazon, I
least
mean,
three or four. Let's see the most
yeah,
important ones
Amazon
that you consider.
selling on Amazon now looks like a trend. Everyone wants to sell on Amazon, and there's a lot of people offering training out there. Most of
Yeah.
them, they don't know, they don't have the knowledge. They're there just to sell a training, just make money with the training. And that's, I mean, a lot of people, they think that it's an easy way to make money, but actually
Uh huh.
Amazon is a business. It needs to be treated as a business.
Exactly.
So that's why I always tell people, if you start on Amazon, make sure it is a business that has the same problem that any other business can have.
Yeah. Exactly.
You need to be resilient. It's not going to happen next day. You're going to encounter a lot of troubles along the way. It is a marathon. It's not like a sprint. There
Exactly.
is a lot of stuff, and then it's a lot of knowledge that you need to have, in order for you to succeed. So it's not that you're gonna start, and even though you can do any training, if you don't
Uh
put
huh.
the effort, if you don't take the time, you're not gonna get there. You're gonna see other people getting there and say, why it doesn't happen to me? Because you're not doing, not taking the same effort or not taking the same time that other people are doing. But
Exactly. Investing the time to find the resources and also apply it step by step, right?
exactly. I mean, that's the most important. I have training people since 2015, and I have members of my training from 2015 that they are, I mean, today they are full time, they own their own house, they work from their house. I mean, they have the life they wanted when they start doing the training. And at the same time, in 2023, I have people messaging me that bought my training also in 2015 that haven't done
Uh-huh.
anything. I want to start again. I
You
said,
can see the gap, right?
yeah, I said,
Oh,
dude, that's people that started the same time as you. I mean, they're like, on the level, and then
yeah,
you see, so they didn't, take the effort, they didn't take the time to study. Think it was probably thought it was too complicated, gave up at the first issue they had, and then 4 years later, 5 years later, they kind of like, you know what, I should have, gave up back there. Now let me start
back
over
then,
again,
right?
but it's never late, that's a good thing. It's
Yeah.
never late to start.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like for our audience, it is never late that you haven't done it. I mean, you still have the opportunity right now because
Yeah,
Amazon is still there. And now, as you mentioned, the resources that we have nowadays is a lot. There is a lot of resources that you can use to guide you to become an Amazon seller. And then how to escalate, how to succeed on Amazon, as you said, there are two things that I think haven't changed. And the first one is do the research, like study, and the second one is be persistent. Like as you mentioned, it's just a business, and then all business sometimes they are fall down and then they go up, they
yeah,
go down all the time. So that's how it works.
yeah, exactly. And I think, I mean, all the important things that people need to realize is network. It's really, really, really important in relationships. I don't mind. I mean, I share products all the time with other people,
Uh huh.
but they share with me too. And I mean, the network is extremely important. I mean, we have groups of people that we do lives together. We exchange experience.
Exactly. Uh
New,
huh.
new tactics, new strategy. So you need to have within this business that changes really quick. I mean, everything changes really quick. We have a new tool, we have a new policy on Amazon, we have a new supplier. I mean,
Everything is always changing.
yeah. So a network, it's you need to have a group network of people that think like you, and that has the same goal as you. And also
Uh huh.
relationship. I mean, especially if you do wholesale, relationship is a key to succeed and to escalate your business.
Yeah, that's a very important thing as well. Like it works in all business settings. It's like that relationship, the network you have. Because as you mentioned before, you may know something that I don't know, and then but because we are in the same business and we are business partners, we help each other. Then we can
Yeah,
interact, we can share this information. So then we all keep up to date to all the changes that are happening up there on Amazon, as you said, like maybe new sellers or new features, new tools that you can use to make things easier, because at the end we all look for a way to increase our profit, to increase sales, and at the same time get the best out of Amazon.
exactly, exactly. One of the thing too that took me a while to realize how important it was for my business was attend to like trade shows or like Amazon events where you meet other people as well. I thought at the beginning that I knew everything. I don't need to learn anything else from another seller, and it was a big mistake from on my side at the beginning. And then
Yeah,
until we realize that, I mean, we never know everything, that we cannot learn more from other sellers, not from other people.
that's one thing that I think sometimes we all kind of make the same mistake. Like, okay, I know this, I will keep it for myself so I can succeed. But that's one thing that kind of put us in a bubble, right?
Yeah,
Where we don't know, we don't learn more, because there are nowadays too many resources. So we may be in the same, looking for the same, but finding different resources. So once we share, once we interact, while we join communities like your community, our community, or different communities, then is how our knowledge, our experience keep growing, and we can find in the right key or the right people to work with.
exactly. I mean, and all of this, it's out there. It's just up to us to go and get it. Facebook groups, that tons of really good Facebook groups.
Yes.
YouTube videos. Even, I mean, you guys' channel, you guys offer lots of gold information on your channel. So it's there. I mean, nowadays it's easier to start on Amazon than it was like back in the days when we didn't have anything.
Yeah.
Especially for me, there was like in Portuguese, there was nothing in Portuguese. Everything was in English. I mean, I
Uh-huh.
speak English, it's fine, but it was hard because, I mean, I felt like the missing someone to talk about it. I think that's why I decided to create the training, just to have someone with me to talk
Someone
about
talking
the
about it.
business, in Portuguese.
There is
Because
goal here.
yeah, so, okay, I will teach you. Right? Now let's talk about the business. Let's network. You know.
Yeah, come over. I will explain you how this work or what I'm doing, so maybe you can try and see how we can find a way to keep helping each other and growing this business, because that is very very important, and we are so happy to have you here, because you are one of the first ones that open, in this case, Portuguese content for Amazon
Yeah,
sellers. And nowadays we know that it's one of the biggest markets
it
in
is.
the Americas, and in this case the Portuguese market. So now, knowing that, when you look back and say like, wow, if I didn't do that, or I'm glad I didn't stop when I fell or when I had these challenges.
Yeah, be resilient. We're working with Amazon. You know.
Yeah.
So you never know. I had my account suspended in 2016.
Uh-huh.
And so, I mean, I've been through all those problems, all those issues, and I think I gather so much knowledge, and then that's why
Yes.
when I speak, I do like live training. I mean, everybody was like, because I have so much knowledge, 9 years selling, and then going through all the issues that you can imagine that you can have on
Yeah.
Amazon.
There's different issues that you will face on selling on Amazon, and that is why we encourage our community, our audience, to go and check your channels. And depends on the issue, they will find the content about it.
Yeah,
Because, like as you said, like, if we explained it by in details right now, we're going to spend hours, but that's not possible. That's why we invite our communities to go to your channel, to our channel, and then we target these issues directly. So then they, like you said, like how, if for example Amazon closed your store, what should you do? Or Amazon doesn't allow you to sell this product, what should you do? So all the things are available. Now, in order to escalate, when you escalate your business and then you are selling on Amazon, could you please tell us about some of the ideas or some of the tools that you can use to make things easier? Because at the end, as you mentioned at the beginning, you start spending time on research and on front of a computer. But once you are selling on Amazon, you also want some time for your family. You want to take a short trip, or you want to get a coffee with your friend and have more independent, be more independent, right? In term of, and then, like you said before, you were walking your dog and you were making $200 already without being there. So
yeah.
can you mention about it? Can you share with us what kind of tools, free tools that are, especially free tools that are for our audience, that they can just go and take a look and also experience and make use of it to make things easier the moment that they start selling, or once they are selling on Amazon?
Well, I always say that the Amazon business, you need to learn to master, and then you need to delegate, right?
Yes.
So you learn the process, you master the process, and then you teach someone to do most of the job for you. That's how we're going to start to grow, and how we start, because you cannot do everything by yourself. I mean, you can at the beginning, but you're going to get to a point that, if you don't delegate, you won't be able to go further than that. And when I say
Uh-huh.
delegate, it can be to a virtual assistant, or you can bring up like third party tools as a repricer, as a software to manage your finances on Amazon,
Exactly.
software to send automatic message to your customers. You got to take advantage of that. So, and that's how I did, and then that's how I recommend everyone, especially hiring like a VA when you get to a certain point at your business that
Yeah.
you're too busy doing a whole bunch of things that you could pay $3 for someone to do that for you, while you're doing something else, or while you're having fun with your family.
Exactly. It's like there are these tools, and then there are these resources available that can do the job for you. And then at the end, of course, some of them you may have to pay, but at the time that you will save by doing it is worth. Now, you just mentioned the importance of repricers. That's one thing that nowadays, in terms of selling on Amazon, it becomes like a must, especially if you have a lot of items, or you sell a lot of products on Amazon. Because if you do it one by one, it becomes very hard. I mean, you have to spend a lot of time. Now, when it comes to reprices, like in your case, you use BQool. Why do you think how this comes and help your business on Amazon?
I think he price, especially he price, it's an investment. I never see any tool as expensive for my business. It's always a he price. It's always
Yeah,
an investment, especially a he price, because you see the return right away. And you can see on your seller center, you see your sales growing, you see your buy box statistics growing. So a lot of people, especially when they started and said, no, I don't have much money, so I can't have a he price right now. You're thinking wrong. You're thinking the wrong way,
yeah,
because if you have a reprice it, I mean, you're going to increase your sales by, I don't know, 4%, 3%, and that difference in sales you have, pay for the reprice, and I mean, you see,
exactly.
a lot of back, and that's how I see all the tools. And I have, everything that is available in the market to that I know that if I see that it's gonna have a value for my business, I'll have
Uh-huh.
it, because just like I said, it's an investment for me. I don't see it as an expense, and especially reprice. I used to do at the beginning, like 2014, 2015. I used to do it manually. It took me a while to put the idea of a reprice into my mind. So I don't
Uh-huh.
want like a robot a bot to change my price. And then I always like, no, the reprice has the one who brings the prices down on Amazon. And then I realized that everybody's doing it, and then I'm losing sales here because doing my reprice manually once a day while people are doing, I don't know, right away. So I
Exactly.
gotta jump into that. And then once I start using repricer, it's like, that's when you see like a completely
The
different on your
difference.
store. Just the
Mhm.
fact that sometimes you have, you get a buy box and then you sell like 20, 30 items like in a few minutes. And it's nice to see that the price is working, right? So like you
Exactly.
sold for like 30, 23, and then the other one 30, 27, and then goes down. So you see that the tool works, it's there.
Uh-huh.
So
See, yeah, and this is the things that, as you mentioned, are investments that are at the end. Everybody, most of the people on Amazon are using. If you don't use it, then it's not that you lost sales, but you don't get the sale that you should be getting by the product you are selling on Amazon. That's why it's important. And at the end, if you compare the amount of sales with the price you pay for a repricer, then you see like it's an investment that is giving a high return. And then if now if you want to use the repricer, then you see that they have different options in terms of pricing, so which allows you to choose the one that is more appropriate for you. Now, like besides the repricer, now you said that about your channel, your communities. Can you mention how people can contact you in this case? Like what would be the best option or how they can reach out to you?
yeah, I have a YouTube channel. So my training, it's in Portuguese. It's called Vendedor
Uh-huh.
Online Internacional, which is like a international online seller if you translate to English. So I have a
Yeah.
YouTube channel with close 20,000 members. I have
Wow.
a YouTube, right? Facebook group. So I have a open Facebook group, and also a Facebook group just for the members of my team, for the paid members, and also an Instagram. But my training is also available on Amazon on the service provider network. So if you
Yeah,
search
very
that,
good.
you
Yeah. We're gonna leave it here as well for our audience to just go and click it and follow you and look for the content, especially if they speak Portuguese, because most of the content is gonna be in Portuguese and English. So guys, here's gonna be the information. Don't forget to follow him and check it out, so then you can see that what we're discussing right now is the content that we know that you are gonna be interested on. Now, Gustavo, now to close this video, something that you would like to share with our audience, so we have as a final message for today.
Well, I'd like to say that best time to start on Amazon is now. It's not a race, just like I said. It's a marathon, and you're just racing against you. I see a lot of people
Exactly.
that they are more worried with how much the other people are making than how much he's making. Everyone learns in a different pace. Important is like be resilient, keep studying, keep following the rules, invest on the tools, get a mentor for you. It's important. Everyone needs a mentor, someone to wanna guide you in the right direction. That you're
Uh-huh.
gonna succeed just like I succeed, just like Fidel succeeded, just like many other sellers succeed as well.
Thank you so much. And please, to all our audience, don't forget to keep it going. That there are resources that you can reach out, you can talk to people, you can contact them, and then you will find the right tool. So, as Gustavo is saying, the race or the competition is just against yourself. So, let's keep going, let's keep learning, and let's making money through sales on Amazon. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Gustavo's channel. You want to know more information about him, all the information is here below this video, so please go and check it out, and we will be in the future with more content about Amazon.
All right, thank you guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.